With the suspect deceased, there will not be a public criminal trial.
So to get answers, the Saskatchewan Chief Coroner's Service will set up a public inquest, a public display of the facts to find out what happened on September 4th, how lives were taken away and others changed forever. The inquest will happen as close as possible to James Smith Cree Nation. It will include a jury of 6 Indigenous people to not only make recommendations to prevent future violence, but also to determine the cause of death for the 11 people who were killed.
They'll hear all the evidence given by the forensic pathologists from the police, and they decide on the manner and cause of death. That's how inquests work, right across the Commonwealth.
This first inquest will include Myles Sanderson's death, one of the 2 men initially charged with murder in the stabbing rampage. His body was found in James Smith a day after the stabbings. A separate, mandatory inquest will be held later for the other man accused, Myles Sanderson. He evaded police for almost 4 days. He died in RCMP custody shortly after his arrest.
The last thing we want is to give out some preliminary information, and then witnesses at the inquest give different information, and now we've got a real quagmire of what really did happen. So it's prudent to make sure we have all the information, everything is gathered in a proper form, and then presented at an inquest.
But minutes later, an unexpected piece of information.
The preliminary results of the autopsy for Myles Sanderson, and this is very preliminary, has found no blunt force trauma causing his death.
The chief coroner and former Saskatoon police chief says he's sharing that information because there's a lot of public interest into what happened to Sanderson, but some are skeptical.
It just felt to me, though, like it was an indication that maybe the police are not to blame for the death of Myles Sanderson, which I think if that was the intention, I don't know that it was, that could just create a lot more suspicion, animosity, curiosity, and confusion.
The Coroner's Service says it won't release any more information until the first inquest into the victims' deaths, but that's not expected until next spring at the earliest. Sam Sampson, CBC News, Regina.